So first she said you have to pass the Obamacare bill to know what's in it. Now House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi says she doesn't know who Jonathan Gruber is, one of the brainiacs behind Obamacare. Gruber was caught on video admitting deception was needed to pass the bill and calling American voters stupid. Listen to Pelosi earlier today.
I don't know who he is. He didn't help write our bill. And so, with all due respect to your question, you have a person who wasn't writing our bill commenting on what was going on when we were writing the bill.
But here she is, talking him up back in 2009 when she was pushing to pass the Democratic plan.
Our bill brings down rates. I don't know if you have seen Jonathan Gruber of MIT's analysis of what the comparison is to the status quo versus what will happen in our bill.
Steve Hayes is a senior writer for the Weekly Standard and a Fox News contributor. I don't know, did she have a slip of the memory there over the last 5 years, Steve?
I mean, I suppose we shouldn't be surprised that Nancy Pelosi is now saying she doesn't know who Jonathan Gruber was when before she acknowledged that she hadn't read the bill itself. But this is embarrassing for her. This is embarrassing for the White House. It certainly should be embarrassing for Jonathan Gruber. What's become very clear in the past couple weeks, if it wasn't clear already, is that the Democrats, the White House, Democrats on Capitol Hill, tried to deceive the American public into accepting their narrative about Obamacare and what it would do and how it would work. That's been exposed in part because Jonathan Gruber is so arrogant that he decided to boast about it on a number of different occasions. Now that they're caught, they're running as fast as they can away from that.
Yeah, but it's not only politicians running away from it. I know that you're pointing out that it's members of the press as well. I want you to take a look at the headline from the Washington Post. And here's what it says. Nothing about Gruber. What it says is stupidity comments renew GOP vitriol on Obamacare. So how do you read that headline?
Well, it's an extraordinary headline that the Washington Post can actually make this about Republicans. I mean, this is something that an Obamacare architect said. He acknowledges that he deceived the American public. He acknowledges that he deceived the Congressional Budget Office. He boasts about it, says the electorate is stupid. These comments are significantly newsworthy under any understanding of the phrase newsworthy, and yet the Washington Post doesn't write a first-day story, doesn't write a second-day story, but writes a third-day story in which the story is the Republicans. And this is what's most incredible about that. You have to give the Washington Post for covering it all. The New York Times ignored the story altogether until it published last night a rationalization of Gruber's deception. And the networks have basically taken a pass on the story.
And what you say is that this is the essence of media bias, because it's not necessarily in the way in which they tell the story. It's the fact that they don't even choose to tell the story.
Right. I mean, to me, the biggest component of media bias has always been the answer to the what's news question. How do you answer that? And obviously the networks and many in the mainstream media have decided that these comments simply aren't news. I would submit to you that they are news, that they're significant news, that they bear importantly on both the Obamacare debate, but also on the broader discussion of the role of government in American people's lives. Yep. This is the way that the liberal elite view the American people, as fundamentally stupid, as fundamentally masses to be manipulated and to be provided for.
It will no doubt be news when this comes up before the Supreme Court in the next couple of months. Steve Hayes, great to have you on the program. Thank you.
Thanks, Gretchen.